Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Alrighty, man. What's going on? What's the dilly? I'm a free man tonight. Shit, I ain't gotta run no damn errands. I ain't gotta take nobody to work. Cause my kid, she working now, so I ain't gotta take nobody to work. I ain't got no sports stuff. I ain't gotta hit no errands. I ain't gotta edit nothing. I ain't pressed for any sessions to be mixed. So today is a goddamn good day. Yeah, man. What's going on, man? What's good with you guys? It's been a minute, and stuff like that. Definitely have been, saying all over the place here and there and here. But saying we're gonna live stream tonight. We're gonna do something a little different. I'm going to be making guitar patches on the Valeton GP200. This may not be something that most producers, work with or, engineer. That's something that you will have in your thing. You'll probably be a guitarist in order to work with the Valeton GP200. But, we are going to take a look at that because I use it for my production. As of lately, man, I've been kind of implementing a lot of MIDI guitar in my productions. Not as of lately. I always have put guitar in my productions or whatnot, but I'm really gonna start pushing forward with that, and making the guitar a focal point in my productions. Now, what I was using before was the Nuex MG30. This is one of my this was my second guitar processor that I used before or whatnot. The Nuex brand has some really good stuff from their MG. I think it's the MG 400. Yeah, the MG 400 was my first virtual pedal, or not virtual pedal. I'm sorry, multi effects processor pedal or whatnot. Then I upgraded to the Nuex MG30. This bad boy, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it, but as of lately, I don't know what's going on. They haven't updated the firmware in a very long time. But this does the trick. It's really good. The only drawback is, as I started learning more about, getting some good guitar tones in my MIDI guitar productions and stuff like that, I really wasn't satisfied with, what this was offering me. The reason why is because it only comes with um, a handful of amps and cabs and stuff like that, and other effect pedals that you might find in the guitar community or whatnot. This does have the better sound quality. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I was having a lot of issues with the noise floor being super high. So when I record, it'd be a lot of hits or a lot of noise when I actually gain stage properly going into this thing. I was like, well, I kind of want to explore and see what else is out there, and kind of keep it in that $300 to $400 price range or whatnot. And when I was doing my research, kept coming across Valeton. Everybody on Reddit, Valeton. A lot of these guitar, community forums and stuff like that. Valeton. The GP200 is the best for the buck. I was like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I haven't, it wasn't really making a lot of noise in the United States. Every time I would do my research, I'll see the Valeton GP200 in more of the Latin America countries and some of the Asian countries and stuff like that. So started seeing more YouTube videos come about in the last, I don't know, year. And I was like, okay. that shit sound good. You know what I'm saying? A lot more presets and everything like that, and less of this pedal. Now I did find out about this pedal from a Asian guitarist, and he used this pedal and he convinced me to get this bad boy because the way he played on it and his guitar tone he was getting through this was awesome. But I've heard a lot more less known guitarists and known guitarists use the Valeton GP200, and I was like blown away. Especially this one guy's one guy he plays guitar for a well-known rock group, and he does touring with them. And he has all the high dollar stuff from the Kemper, yeah, the Kemper guitar processor to the some of the Boss processors. And he said the Valeton is what it is and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Let me take a look at this Valeton. Did some research, and I like what I like, man. Yeah, I like what I like. Love the tones of it, and and how much different processors you get in with it as well, man. So if you haven't looked at the Valeton or seen it or anything like that, wrong camera angle. Let's switch that bad boy all the way over here to this. This is it right here. So this is the Valeton GP200. It's a big ass goddamn guitar processor pedal, but it's so heavy too. I mean, this motherfucker is built like a tank. I had the zip tie it to my guitar rack here, and everything like that. And you can see it's kind of leaning a little bit because I got this side tied tight a little bit or whatnot. But man, this thing is awesome, man. You get a shit ton of tones out of here. I wasn't too much worried about presets. I kind of dial in my own guitar tones and everything like that. But I was very, very impressed with how many different processors that you get. And we're going to check out the software, and we're going to design a couple of guitar patches on the guitar and bass virtual instrument or whatnot by way of using ChatGPT. Yeah, man, ChatGPT will change your life, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Shout out to my wife, man. She really teaching me how to do ChatGPT. She's actually teeter-tottering with education, technology, and how you use ed tech and ChatGPT or AI assistants and stuff like that. And she shows me all the ChatGPT tricks or whatever the case may be. But this device right here, though, is an absolute wonderful thing, man. And this is a head shooter with the new MG30. This and Boss, and it's one more. I think it's a Line 6 Go or Pi Go or something like that or whatnot. And this is a favorite. So I pulled the trigger and I was like, man, let me see what all the hype is. I see why. This thing sounds really goddamn good, man. Sounds really, really, really good, man. Just the unit alone sounds awesome. I'm talking about going in for your guitar source and coming out stereo. Sounds freaking awesome. And we're gonna check it out tonight and stuff like that. We're gonna design again patches from ChatGPT from some of my favorite guitar artists, such as what's his name, the Meyer guy, John Meyer, Jubu Smith, George Benson, who else? George Benson, Jimi Hendrix, you know what I'm saying? And I've been listening to a lot of guitar lately. And be surprised, man, here in the Houston area, Houston hip hop culture, their beats always had some form of guitarism in their music and stuff like that, man. So, that's what I search for. That's my sound, and we're gonna take a look at it today. So, let's go ahead and switch views and get up in the Ableton Live, man, and show y'all what we're gonna be working with today. All right, let's minimize that right there, playing a little background music for y'all. Let's take a look at the software first. Get started. Let me do a disclaimer. If you ain't on like trying to learn something new, I can't answer questions for you like what's the best guitar for hip hop and stuff like that. The best one is a good quality one, and whatnot. Me personally, I use UVI, some of their guitar libraries if you can find them. Contact has a real good guitar library, and Orange Tree Samples has a very good library as well. and it's one more, Ample Sounds. You know what I'm saying? Those four library companies, awesome. There ain't nobody else out there fucking with them either. And I'll show you guys every BST guitar instrument that I do use and how I use it in this live stream. So we may get around making a beat. That's not the whole purpose of this live stream. So if this is what you're tuning into as far as trying to hear what a beat is and all this other stuff, we may get there if I have time and I'm not tired. But you know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna. This is more of an informational type of stream. So that's what it is right there. I'm gonna go ahead and switch my view here. DJ Big Red, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Dark roast and vanilla latte, man. You gotta love it, bro. For sure, man. Yeah, man. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're gonna talk about the Valeton GP200, right? And everything. So this is the software that comes with it. Um, the device that I have is the let me see something here. I'm trying to see if I can go to the right. Let's see here. Nope. This shit. All right. Hold on one second, y'all. I got this messed up in my head. All right, cool. So this particular processor is the 10th anniversary edition. They do give you a couple of cool things in there, like a couple of guitar picks and a keychain here in the 10th anniversary one. But this is the latest made model. So you may find like the black unit out there. Uh, you know, when you, I guess, looking for a guitar unit, you may find a black model that may be a back stock and it may be an older build. So you look for the 10th anniversary is the newer build and it comes with the newest firmware out of the box. You do have to update it to the 1.7 X version, whichever they're on, whenever you get it or whatnot. But the latest one is 1.7 at the time of this, July 5th, and everything like that. But this unit does have a special finish on it, like a blue finish with the red knobs. Pretty goddamn cool thing. What I like about it is the functionality of the foot switches and everything like that. And actual, if I want to turn off a particular processor, and when I don't have the software in my face, I could just touch a button and stuff like that. I couldn't get that achieved with NUX MG30. You had to go in and use this little dial, and it started getting on my goddamn nerves for real, for real. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it on that right there because y'all don't want to look at my beautiful face all the time, man. So this is the software and everything like that. You have your effects chain here, and you can move your effects chain by just simply moving stuff like that. And this program and the pedal is very intuitive. I ain't read any manual. I went on YouTube more than anything to get, you know, saying started or whatnot. But what I like about the unit is that you can upload NAM files, .nam files. They do have a NAM file loader on certain modules, such as I think it's on the distortion signal block, and it's labeled Snaptone. All right, and you have 5 slots here. I think it's on the pre. Nope, not on the pre. I know for sure it's on the amp all the way down. NAM files here, and the cab you have NAM files at the. Oh no, it's actually not on the cab. That's where your IRs will come in at or whatnot. And I think it's another one on here or whatnot, but I definitely on your distortion and stuff like that. You can also load up your custom made IRs here, you know what I'm saying, on the signal blocks. When you scroll down, all the way down on the menu, you will have 20 different IR slots that you can load up. I do have all of my IRs filled up. I do have a lot of the Eminence IRs and some of the Celestion IRs. Hey man, I've been doing my look. I've been doing my research, man, for sure. But the Eminence, I love their IRs. Some of their cabs really, really awesome. And I'm gonna show y'all a trick on how to pick for your particular genre of production. And the Celestions are really, really good too. And some of these IRs that filled up the rest of the slots were from presets that I thought that fit my production style. Shout out to choptones.com for all the presets and everything like that, man. All right, cool. So to get this party on the road, let's talk about the different modules that you can get. Of course, you can go on the website and find out what those different modules is. Then NR just basically is like noise reduction or a gate pedal. Your volume pedal is what it is. It's a volume module and stuff like that. You could adjust the volume. So just imagine you having a volume pedal. That's what it is. The pre signal block is basically comprised of mostly boost type processors or pedals, compressor pedals, and a couple of auto wah pedals and some harmonizer type pedals as well. The wah block is strictly wah pedals. So if you do have this particular pedal on the floor, or you have an expression pedal underneath your keyboard or whatever, however you're going to utilize, this particular unit, it goes good with that expression pedal. So that's what the wah section is. That's it. That's all it has. The distortion is more of your overdrives, your distortion pedals, and let me see here, your overdrives, distortions, and fuzz as well. Then you get to the amp section, which is the main bread and butter of any multi-effects processor, and you get a shitload of amps. Just look at all those doggone amps, man. That's what I like, because I like exploring different tones and different different tones in guitars. Of course, you got a handful of Fenders, you got a couple of Voxes, a handful of Marshalls, a handful of Bochners, a couple of Dr. Z, and they can't really say the names, but Dr. Z, some Bad Cats, some Sedanos, Friedmans. Makes me want to get rid of my PA, just downgrade my plugin alliance subscription here, because they got a couple of Friedman amps in there, some Mesa Boogies, some Orange amps. You got a PV, boy. They got an old PV in here. Now they know their stuff, man. You got the English amps, diesel, Ampeg for as your bass, Vox bass, Mesa bass, and something else in there. And then that's when you get into the loading up those NAM files in there as well. And then the cabs, they have matching cabs for the amps. So I'm not going to go over those, including your IRs that you have in there. The EQ section, you got an MXR style EQ and a Mesa style EQ, and then the rest of them are their own take of their own EQs. Modulation, this is another reason why I bought it for. The MG30 didn't have a lot of modulation pedals, and I didn't want to spend because I'm not like a guitarist, but I didn't want to spend have like a whole bunch of modulation pedals. So this kind of meets me in between, and it has a lot of different modulation pedals that they have in here, from vibratos to choruses to tremolos, to some bit crushing type of pedals in here. Real cool stuff. And I haven't even explored all of this stuff, man. I just literally got this thing about 3 days ago, stuff like that. So that's the modulation effects. And then you have the delays. They got some really cool delays pedals in here as well. Some are modeled on some OGs like the Bosses and everything like that, and they sound really good. And last but not least, you have reverb in here as well. You can see some of these are modeled, some of your famed reverbs and stuff like that. So the skin that you're seeing that has like the Boss name, you don't get this out the gate. There was a guy that I followed on Facebook, and he did the software mod for this particular unit. And guy in Brazil, man, guess how much the software mod is? He charged me like, give or take, what I'm saying, I'm gonna say less than $10. But I gave him a nice generous tip, because man, that a software mod is hard. What I'm saying, getting all of those pictures and those graphics, and making it fit, and and all that other stuff, man. But what I'm saying, the software mod that he had is really great, man. So it gives me a chance to see what I'm actually using, or what it's what I'm saying, kind of emulating or simulating or whatever the case may be. Even though the stock software GUI tells you what that particular pedal or amp is doing right here in the description underneath this name, it still the graphics wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not exactly sure why they didn't do what this guy could do with the mods, but I can get it. Some of these manufacturers, they don't want you to use their names in their products, and this Valeton company, from my understanding, is a young company, so I can get it. You know what I'm saying? You want to protect your brand and everything like that, and protect your assets and stuff like that, and everything like that. So yeah, this section right here though, this is the patch section where you can kind of go in and assign your expression insert points, and then you can also do some editing on your expression pedal, the quick access parameters. Let me get that camera angle over here to you guys. All right, give me 1 second. God damn it, I keep hitting the same freaking button, bro. Like, come on, dog. All right, my bad, bro. I hit P1 and it keeps going over there. Anyway, yeah. So those three. Say man. Sorry about that, man. I'm shit. But anyway, the three quick access parameter knobs right here are basically assignable. So these are these knobs right here. The parameter knob right here is your main bread and butter for us, how you navigate with the software, or not with the software, but navigate on here when you're not utilizing the software. This section right here, let me see if I can zoom in on that right here. This section is dedicated, these black knobs is dedicated to the amp only. So you have treble, middle, bass, presence if it's there on that amp, gain, and volume. Is only for the amp. So if you're utilizing this and you're trying to get that a certain amp tone or whatever the case may be, this section will be your friend in making small, minute adjustments. And then this master knob right here is the overall volume going out of the unit. And then you have these buttons that you can, choose which parameter that you want to, turn on and off and stuff like that. So let's say you want to turn the reverb on, you press it twice, you'll see it illuminate white, and you press it one time, it'll take it away. All right, we'll discuss more about that. And last but not least, on the screen right here is the effects loop. Now, this is different than the NUX MG30. The effects loop was actually like a send and return slot that you turn on and off on the actual device or the software that came with the NUX. But in this case, on this particular unit and software, the effects loop is live, but it's a whole lot flexible than the MG30. And I'll explain more about that later because I like that, boy. So, yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself. And this section over here is basically your preset section. And it gives you a ton of options of presets, man. You get 74 banks with, you could say 74 banks with 4 slots. So 64, I'm sorry, not 74, 64 banks with 4 slots. So if you do 64 times 4, I ain't did my math, but that's around about like, yeah, that's over 100 or whatnot, man. But yeah, you do have a lot of slots there. Now I did buy a handful of presets, and I filled them up a little bit. But today we're gonna let ChatGPT do the dirty work for us, and so we're gonna have fun with that as well. And here at the top, you have a built-in drum machine. So if I hit play on the built-in drum machine, the cool thing about this is the built-in drum machine, it integrates with the software and the outgoing sound. So if I hit play, you'll hear some drums. Okay, so you won't hear any drums. Let me see here, because I don't have it set up correctly. That's what that is. I don't have it set up in Ableton Live, but you hit the play, you hear the drums, and we'll check that out later. You can adjust the tempo of those drums, overall volume of the drums, and then GUI size and everything like that. So this is what it is. So yeah, and last but not least, your signal block. You could choose different you know what I'm saying, devices and stuff like that. So, all in all, man, the preset patch list, you can name, give it an author name, you can choose styles, it's like meta tagging in here. So it's super, super awesome. Okay. All right, cool deal. Now we got all that out of the way. Let's go ahead and set up our MIDI guitar that we have in Ableton Live to route audio outside of the DAW, going through the guitar processor and coming back in the DAW. Now, I am using the UBI instrument jazz guitarism. All right, now this particular library comes from Acoustic Samples. All right, this library they don't make anymore. It's a legacy product, but it will get you in the ballpark if you're looking for something of a jazz guitar, and I forget what that actual guitar is, but I know it's a Gibson, famous brand. So if you're into guitars, and you probably know what it is, but it's a Gibson guitar. They call it the jazz guitar, and ain't nobody messing with it because it's specifically used for jazz and other genres of music and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing on there. Very, very dry. All right. Let's go ahead and get out of there. Close that out. So this is what it looks like. You can go from strumming. And I like to turn up the on my end, I like to turn up the release volume a little bit. All right, and normally I keep the cabinet off because most of our cabinet noise is going to come from the actual, you know what I'm saying, processor. And I don't mess with the EQ because all that stuff going to come from the guitar processor as well. All right, cool deal. We'll put that back on solo though, and get this set up. Now, if you are privy to how Ableton Live work, you know they have this audio effect in here called the external audio effect, and all that does is basically signal your signal out of the DAW through your hardware gear and bring it back in. So in this case right here, let me see if I can hit this remote right on my right goddamn thing. Let me see. Hold on one second. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So in this case, we're gonna come out of channel 4. So let's go ahead and set that up. So our audio 2 is gonna go to our 4th output on the interface. Audio from is gonna come from our stereo 3 and 4. Coming back from you know what I'm saying, coming into the interface 3 and 4 or whatnot. The way I have it set up on my mixing board here, let me just move this out of the way real quick. The way I got it set up on this mixing board is it will come into channel 4, and I have a assignment on bus 1 and 2, which is connected to 3 and 4, in and out on the interface. All right, so what you're gonna hear is the sound coming out of the mixing board, and it's already set up on the guitar processor. Let me mute that real quick. So now this gives me ability to turn up the gain if I need it, or make an EQ adjustment. All right, cool deal. And you can, you know what I'm saying, how I have it set up is we're coming through channel 4, and we get to this green section, which is your aux outs. And the second aux out is going to this pedal right here. All right. So once we hit this pedal, we don't need the output stage of channel 4. I have the outputs of this pedal coming back on stereo channel 9 and 10. We turn that up, unmute it, and we have it assigned to 3 and 4. You can't hear it. The reason why, because I have to turn it all the way up. It's still low. and what we do here in Ableton Live. It took me a while to figure it out in trying to get my camera thing back. All right. It took me a while for me to figure it out in Ableton Live, the gain stage, like the sweet spot for this pedal. I know on the MG30 the sweet spot was -20. The Valeton GP200 is a little bit hot. You know what I'm saying? So the sweet spot was -24. All right. And then the return volume, you see how it's low? Let me just delete that back. All right. All right, cool. So all right, so that's the sound, right? It sounds good, but it's low. All right. What you got to do is basically make that gain up. I can make it up on the mixing board, but I'm already maxed out on the fader all the way up, and I could do the same thing on the sub out, but it's still not going to give me that much headroom. I can get more headroom digitally coming back into the DAW, on two occasions. Make it up coming back in the return volume, okay? But our send volume, it needs to be turned down because it's coming hot out of the Ableton Live. Well, it's coming out hot out of the DAW, and it's passing through the mixer. It's hot. It is hot. So you have to turn that down. I found the sweet spot for the Valeton GP200 out of any DAW. Just bringing your output volume down to -24. But that, my my signal structure is going to be different from anyone's else, and yours will be too. So for the sweet spot for me, bring it down -24 and make it up on that return volume. Now we should have sufficient volume. And let me just go ahead and choose another legible preset that will sound a whole lot better. Just give me 1 second. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself on these presets, but want to make sure that they make somewhat of a sense. If that makes any sense. Yeah, man. Let me see if I can find one. Let's go with this one right here. Now, if we didn't make that gain up and we came back to 0, see how you see the difference? Because we turned down the volume, going out, we have to make it up. So that's low. So -24. It has that noise gate on there. Let me take that shit off. All right, so that's the noise gate. Put that back in there because you can hear that humming from the actual virtual amp and stuff like that. So that's what we got. Another way you can gain stage is if you do have the Sonomas plugin, you can utilize the those console plugins or any console plugin, something that you can gain stage and has a preamp section or clean input gain section. You can utilize that. You can utilize the utility audio effect in the stock utility plugin in Ableton Live. Use that to turn it up. So you can just use that, and that's a gain staging tool too. I like using this plugin because it just gives me that Neve sound, and also I can really accurately meter the sound or whatnot. So if you right click on the meter, we can go -14 on the dBFS BU calibration, and that should bring us up right there in that ballpark of modern day gain staging. You can see we're low, so if we turn that up, I want that needle to touch around about 0. You get a lot of volume, and it really sounds guitaristic for us like a lot of volume coming at you out of a guitar. Because when you hear guitar players, it's a lot of volume coming in there, like real guitar players going through real guitar pedals and stuff like that. It's pushing a lot of volume. So this is what this is replicating. The gain structure, not not the processors and stuff like that. All right, cool. So we got that down pat and everything like that. Let's go ahead and pull up Chat GPT and get to the topic of hand. I'm sorry it took so long. Informational stream, man. So you know what I'm saying, if you want to learn something new with MIDI guitars and you really couldn't achieve guitar tones, you know what I'm saying, this is the live stream for you. So we're gonna pull up my Chat GPT app here. And let me see if I can get a split screen for you guys here. I'm going to throw Ableton Live on one side. Jesus, I ain't never did this type of look before. And we're going to hide the the browser window. All right, you're going to keep Ableton Live centered, okay? Now, ChatGPT, where's my effects chains? All right, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, let's go here. So I asked ChatGPT, and I'm going to share my prompts with you. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why they made ChatGPT. Why the fuck I'm a gatekeeper? I don't know. But this is the prompt that I asked ChatGPT. All right, I'm gonna walk y'all through this because this may be a learning tool for you on how to use ChatGPT as a helping tool, not to do your damn job and stuff like that. All right, cool. So I typed in, what are some cool effect chains I can create with the Valeton GP200X multi-effects pedal for hip-hop, R&B, and jazz beats. Sorry about that. So, you know what I'm saying, I use, I'm on the paid version, so I use the the 03 model. And the 03 model does a lot of deep research for you. And what it spit out was, you know what I'm saying, these guitar patches, right? In this little black section right here is a JavaScript of basically what you could do is copy and put on a notepad and use it for your notes and everything like that. So the first one, it told me was you need to level match as you go, which is very, very important with any multi-effect pedal or any guitar pedal, whether it's analog or digital or whatnot. You need to level match. That's what we did right before we opened up ChatGPT. So follow me. It's a process. You know what I'm saying? You got to level match, gain stage, gain stage, gain stage. You can also set up everything and do foot switches. So that's what it told me as far as doing foot switch assignments before you actually get started. But we don't need all that. All right, cool. We're just going to create the first one, all right, because I got a jazz guitar and everything. And what I'm going to do is go to a empty patch here. All right. Boom, there he is. So you can hear it's real low because we don't have nothing assigned. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're going to get with the low. So the first one we're going to look at is Neo Soul Clean Glide. Basically for guitar chords and leads, all right? Its first signal block, it says it wants you to have a gate, all right? So what we're going to do is pull this up. All right, and we want to have a gate. So our gate is right here. Now we can leave this on or off and everything like that. I'm going to use the boss gate here, and this shows you guys the boss gate here. We're just going to leave that on for right now and follow the instructions. All right, we're going to go back to ChatGPT, and it says you need an opto comp, okay? So we're going to go here, and we're going to move the signal block into the second slot, all right? It says opto comp. Now, I don't know what the hell an opto comp is because I'm using a modified software version or whatnot. So I'm just going to use the Ross comp, which is very old schoolish but smooth at the same time. All right. So what we're going to do is just make sure that I'm actually editing the wrong shit. Actually, let me go back here. I forgot with the software. Sometimes when you do stuff on the actual pedal, it doesn't kind of sync up, so to speak. So let's go here. All right, there we go. All right, let's do that again. Move that right there. Use the boss. Turn it on. All right, bam. We're gonna come here to the pre section, which is the opto comp. We're just gonna choose the Ross comp, right? Turn that on. All right. Still ain't got nothing. Why? Because we don't have an amplifier, right? All right, so we got our opto comp, right? We'll go back to Chat GPT. Now it says we need a TS style OD, all right? And it tells you the knob positions. Gain at 9 o'clock, mix at 40%. Okay, cool. Let's do it. We're gonna go here, and it said what again? What kind of OD or overdrive? We need a TS style overdrive. All righty. A TS style overdrive. I'm assuming it's gonna be a 2 screamer, and we could choose. We got 2 different 2 screamers. We could choose the 808. What they call it? The 808 TS 808, or we could choose the TS9. Because we doing something a little old schoolish, like a neo soul, I'm gonna choose the TS9. The other one is a newer version. I think. I don't know my guitar stuff, but I know this one, this is an older version right here based on the GUI. All right. And so let's go back and check that out once again. It says the gain knob needs to be at 9 o'clock. All right. So 9 o'clock is here. And then the tone knob, let's see where the tone knob would be at. It don't say. Because the tone knob doesn't matter. The mix at 40%. All right. So we're just gonna say volume right there. We'll keep the knob, we'll keep the tone at the top, all right? I can't really hear it. So let me make a, no, I ain't gonna make a volume adjustment. All right, cool deal. And then we're gonna choose a Jazz Clean combo amp. So that's gonna be the rolling amp here. And it says Jazz Clean. There's only one Jazz actual amp, and that's gonna be the Chorus 120. Right, that's Roland Jazz Chorus thing or whatnot. Now Roland does have their own amp, and we could use that, but we're using the built-in, of course. All right, now it says we need to pair this with a 1x12 Studio Cab R. So you can see here that the cab came, matched when you chose the amp. So we're gonna go ahead and turn those on. All right, cool. And I'm trying to figure out why the hell I'm not getting volume like talking about. Let's see here. There we go. Let me see if it's making any difference here on the amp. Okay. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me see what the fuck going on here. For some reason, it's not syncing. Let me see. Huh. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. So 50A. Not exactly sure why it's not syncing, but let's go ahead and turn this on right here. So we had, oh wow. Yeah, it's not syncing here. Shit. Y'all give me 1 second. Well, Big Red, I guess you could talk your shit, man. It wouldn't be a live stream if something didn't go right, huh? All right, cool. Let me see here. Yeah, it's not syncing for whatever reason. Let me see here. Yeah, let me restart the software real quick. Let me see if that makes a difference. I've been having problems with the, okay, there it is. Let's see if it'll make that change. We'll have to redo this. All right, let's see if it'll turn on the pre-section. Okay, there it is. So it's syncing now. All right, it just got off sync for whatever reason. All right, so let's draw this shit up again. Boss, turn that on. All right, and then we had the comp section. Go with the Ross. Yeah, there we go. We're starting to hear something. All right, and then we had the distortion. All right, and we chose the TS9. There we go. All right, cool. We got something going now. The gain was at 40%. We're gonna keep that tone knob up, and actually the gain was at 9 o'clock, and the mix at about 40. So what really made the tone is the overdrive. All right, cool deal. Then we turn on the amp, and of course we're gonna go with that jazz chorus amp again, matching cab. We'll go ahead and turn that on. Now it's gonna be a totally different sound. All right, cool deal. Now, it didn't give me anything on ChatGPT on the amp settings for whatever reason. So we'll have to make our own settings. All right. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and get like a specialized amp tone here. All right. And what I'm gonna do is basically play around on the amp section here. I can do it on the software, but I'm gonna show you guys you know, when you turn knobs here, it'll turn. So let me go ahead and that's what I be doing. I just be kind of grooving with my hand. I like a lot of middle. We don't have a presence knob, so let's go to gain. Oh, the gain not moving? What the hell? What about the volume? Okay, the volume is the gain. Okay. So with a neo soul guitar, we need more of a softer playing style. Give it a little bit more gain. All right, cool deal. All right. Let's try the bright. Like that bright. I like it. All right. And then with the IR cab, you ain't got to do too much. It's really gain staging purposes. So what we're gonna do is take our master knob. I always keep the master knob at 12 o'clock and make adjustments from there. All right, and let's go back to Ableton Live and see where we at on this in console situation here. All right, so that lets me know that I can actually go back to this amp section here. I'm sorry, the IR cab, and I got a choice to make. I can turn it up here. All right, and I can turn up that cab a little bit more. Okay, and let's see where we at on here now. Still don't have a lot of volume, and that's perfectly fine. I'm actually gonna put that at 0. So we're still good though. And another way I check the volume is right here on the meter knob. If I can get in between 12 and 18 on the meter knob and Ableton Live, I'm good. All right, so we're good on that. I like that tone so far. And this is just basic patches, just to kind of give you ideas of, you know, saying, doing everything like that. The next thing we want is a stereo chorus. All right. I know this thing has a lot of different choruses, pedals, and everything like that. So let's go ahead and try to find one that sticks to the root of a jazz guitar. And I know it may be, is it this one? No. We got several of them we could choose. Let's see here. I'm gonna stick with the Boss brand. Let's try out the C5. Turn it on. All right, let's choose this one. Sounds about the same. Nah, I like that one right there. That's the CE2. All right, cool. So what we can do is go back to ChatGPT. I think there are some specific settings for that. The rate is going to be at 600 hertz. So let's get that down pat right there. And then we got the depth at 45%. Depth at 45. And keep the volume knob right there. I like that. All right, cool. And then now, if we want to test it out with the drums. All right, cool. All right, enough of that. All right, cool. So we got the chorus. The next thing is going to be like a ping pong delay. So let's go to the delay pedal here. We'll go ahead and engage that, and we're going to try to find a ping pong delay. Now, there's no specific brand on the ping pong delay. It's just, you know, saying the built-in stock plug-in or module. And let's see what it's telling us here. We need a quarter note ping pong. So that's the quarter note ping pong here. All right. And which is probably going to change because it all depends on your tempo. Feedback at 25%, mix at 25%, and mix at 40, if I'm not mistaken. And this delay pedals can always be adjusted because it has to go with the tempo. You feel me? All right. In this case, it's gonna go with the tempo of the actual drum track and everything like that. The feedback and the mix at 22%. All right, 22%. So about right there. I'm gonna keep it at 23. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, that makes it come down a little bit, but I like that. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you, that sounds nice. All right, here's the drums. Okay, like it's different. It's different. Stop, yeah, bitch. Yeah. All right, cool. I like that. I like that. It's a little bit too much delay, or should I say feedback? So I'm gonna bring that down another 10%. All right, because it's excessive. And one thing about this Valeton and the delay and the reverb pedals is it's a hell of a lot of effects and stuff like that. For us, like it gives you a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know why. Maybe because the use case for it. I heard a lot of people say use it for gigging and you know what I'm saying worship teams and stuff like that. So you need a lot of effect, ambient type sounds and stuff like that. All right. So that's the delay. Last but not least, reverb. So we need a plate reverb. So we're gonna go to plate reverb here. Let's try to find a plate reverb. Now we could choose a diamond dozen of reverbs or whatnot. I have a Boss RV6. Now I'm trying to figure out what the difference between a RB6S and a RB6R is. So this is the room, and then this one is more of a spring. So what is this one? Okay, the RB5 is more of a plate. Okay, gotcha. All righty. All right. So the pre-delay is at 15 milliseconds. This one don't have a pre-delay, so we need one that has a pre-delay. Let me see here. Okay, there we go. So it's the room one. All right. So pre-delay at 15 milliseconds. And just a disclaimer, again, ChatGPT is giving it to us for us. The name is concerned based on the stock stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if you do have this or you do plan to get it, it ain't gonna look like mine because I paid for a modification. Okay, I just wanna put that disclaimer out there. All right, cool. So we got a 15 millisecond pre-delay. The next one is going to be decay at 2.5 seconds. All right, I don't know what the hell that will represent here, but let's just hit a lick real quick. 1001, 1000. Okay, let's bring that back a little bit. 1001. Actually, let me turn the delay off. I can't hear the reverb. So another way you can time reverbs, and I'm about to give y'all some Boy Scouts military type shit that I used to do. I used to be in the military. I don't know if a lot of people know that or whatnot. I'm a combat veteran. But one thing we used to figure out, like, how to tell, well, at least who I was attached to. One way you can figure out, you could tell how far the enemy is by way of a gunshot is to count that noise. So you count it by seconds. So when you hear, like, let's say for thunder, you can kind of calculate it on how far that actual thunder strike is far away from you. So if I hit that, that's gonna be like 1001. That's real long. Let's put that mix all the way up. It'll only work with the mix all the way up. Let's bring this back down 0. I don't think this is gonna work because this is a room. Let me go back to the plate one. Yeah, it ain't gonna work right. It ain't gonna work right. The decay. We just not gonna have the pre-delay for whatever reason. All right. Now it's saying 2.5 seconds, but we got 100 milliseconds. So whatever that prompt gave us is wrong. Yeah, so it's not matching up. All right, so we're gonna have to count it. So again, I mix at 100. Let's count this. 1001, 1002. Okay, bring it back a little bit. 1001, 1002. Okay, bring it back up a little bit. 1001, 1002. Okay, let me go even. It says milliseconds on here, so let me do 80 milliseconds. We may be pushing it. This may be 3 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1000. I like it like that. All right, cool. Let me see if it has any damp sections on here. No damping. But we're gonna kind of play that by ear. Damping is just basically, you know what I'm saying, putting a blanket over the high frequencies of the reverberization. Okay, so when you go to 100, that blankets the high frequencies and the reverb. That sounds jazziness, or whatnot. And I mix at 18%. Let's bring this down to 18% here. All right, let's see what this one is. That sounds about right. Sounds accurate. I like that. I like that. Okay. Let's change our drum up a little bit, get more of a jazz situation on here. Let's choose something else. I don't know how to play jazz. Let's choose something else. That ain't gonna rock. Let's choose something I know. Okay. I like the reverb. It's perfect. Let's pair that with the delay now. I like it. I like it. I like it. So that we got our first little guitar patch. We can adjust the volume if this was too loud. Adjust the volume right here. But I like that bitch. All right, cool. Now what we're gonna do is do this. I'm gonna show you guys the effects loop. So what I'm gonna do is turn off the delay and the reverb because I have delay and reverb pedals. All right. We're gonna use these little insert points. So the blue arrow that's going up is the send. All right, we're gonna put that right before the delay and reverb pedal, and then the purple one is your return. Okay, for your effects loop. So what that looks like on the actual GP200 is this right here. All right, these two cables right here is the effects send and return cables. That is going down. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's going down to my reverb pedals right here. I got a shitload of reverb pedals. I know y'all can't see that. I want to switch the camera angle. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that real quick. I got 2 cameras set up and ready to go. Let me see if this shit gonna work. Crap. And I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back to the I'm gonna get back to you guys. Just give me 1 second. All right, cool. All right, so yeah. All right, these are my reverb pedals. We got the Echo Verb, reverb, and delay from Flamma. We got a delay, reverb, a boss reverb here. So these 3 pedals right here is the is my god doggone Flammas. The Flammas, man, they real super. I'm trying to shine a light on that. Flamma makes some good stuff, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. They make some real good inexpensive pedals. You can get this one at the max, you know what I'm saying, about 75, but Prime Day, this may go down to like $40. All of these right here, maybe about $45 on Prime Day. Regular price, you know, about $75. And I'm only giving you guys Amazon business prices because I have a business account and everything like that. Matter of fact, I need to plug that in. And then this right here is my Boss RV6. This is a Joyo Vision dual modulation pedal. So you get modulation effects on it's 2 modulation engines in here. Both of them have different modulation effects, and you can blend them together, run them in series or parallel. This is a little booster pedal from Flamma. Sometimes when I'm running the effects loop, the signal gets drowned out, or should I say, coming from the actual effects loop, sometimes that send signal is a little bit weak. So I have a booster on here to turn up that volume going in through the pedals, these time-based effects. So this is where the send starts. It starts on this booster, then it goes to this pedal right here, which is a Sonic Cake Levitate, another cheap pedal on Amazon that sounds fucking awesome. $50 pedal. It gives you that 80s synth pop, you know what I'm saying, type of sound, or whatnot. Then we got 2 pedals from Joyo. One is a delay, and another one is a reverb. This one right here is this one is the Aquarius from Joyo. This was featured on the JHS. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. I got coffee on my damn tongue. I'm drinking coffee, so my tongue feel like it's about 50 pounds. But this Aquarius pedal was featured on the JHS Pedals YouTube channel, and also the Atmosphere as well. The guy that runs JHS pedals own it and operates it and everything. Highly recommended on these two pedals. I scooped them up for about $40 each on sale. Wonderful. This is the Keeley Caverns pedal. Now I did see a recent video last week. Somebody finally remade this bad boy here, and from Demon Effects, they call it something else, but it's a remake of the Caverns. I have the original OG Cavern. This is $100 pedal, but man, this thing right here, it gives you a atmospheric sound like none other. Crazy. Then I got a long cable, patch cable running over here into this Joyo, then into the Echo Verb, delay, reverb, and the Boss reverb as well. The Echo Verb out of these flammers right here, this is my favorite one. It just has another atmospheric. It's almost like a modern version, or should I say, it's the little brother of the Keeley Caverns, if you ask me. But you have you just have a it's just different and it sounds good. And I'm a demo this with you guys. And then you got a delay pedal here, 7 different modes of delays, 7 different modes of reverb, and of course, I think on the Boss RB6, if you play guitar, you know what the Boss RB6 does. And then that is returning back into the the uh the goddamn Valeton GP200 and stuff like that, man. So all in all, though, man, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna run that effects loop. All right. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. All right. Let's do it. Okay. You want to set up your effects loop points first. Okay. Then you'll go to the patch settings, whether you're on the board or not. You know what I'm saying? We could do it on the board. No, I'm not gonna do it on the board because I still haven't learned the parameter feature yet. But it's easy as just going into your software, hitting the gear wheel, and then you go to the effects loop. Then you want your return to come back hot. Okay. Keep it on parallel. For some reason, I'm not exactly sure why series doesn't work really well, but keep your return back at 100. Okay. Your send, I have found effectively at 20, it works really, really well. But the only way you can find out is you engage these pedals. All right, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. If this camera fall forward, y'all please forgive me. All right, let's go ahead and engage the pedal. We're gonna start out with the delay, and we're gonna try to get like a ping pong delay. All right. Now with analog pedals, you are gonna have a noise floor. Now let's switch to different modes. You got 3 different modes you can switch on here. And I used to have like a little light I can plug in here. Let me see if I can plug that little light in there so y'all can see what the hell's going on. I'm sorry. This is my therapeutic type shit, man. I deal with all this shit like I deal with, like, motherfuckers deal with cars and shit. All right. All right. So here we go. Now, this is going to be mono. This is not stereo. So we need to turn that send up a little bit. Let's bring it at an even 50. If you do 100, it's gonna start to distort. Sometimes it do and sometimes it don't. It just depends on how hot your signal is. But we're not doing like a lead sound or anything like that. We're doing a clean jazz sound, so we should get away with 100 on the send. Bring that time down. A little bit too much on the feedback. All right, let's bring that reverb up. I know we had heavy reverb. Okay, this is the mode that has the shimmer reverb. I don't want that. I like that right there. I'm gonna bring down that damp a little bit. Okay, and let's try 1. Okay, cool deal. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna bring back off a little bit on the send, about 90. Yeah. I've noticed with this particular pedal, it doesn't like a high signal running through its electronics. That's because that shit is cheap. All right. So that's our effects loop. That's all you gotta do. Just set volumes. That's it. That's it. That's it. You feel? That's it. So what you can do now, we can just turn that pedal off. And then if you go back to the software, you just turn this on. So which one sounds better, digital or analog? Turn that pedal on. So, you know what I'm saying? You got different palettes. That's where that tone, shit comes into play at and stuff like that. So we'll just, for right now, because with effects loop, you can always throw this in, out. It doesn't really matter. But, you know what I'm saying, with digital pedals, you can, have fun with it and everything like that. All right. All right, cool. The only thing we have from there is adjusting our output volume here. Okay. Now the output volume is basically adjustable on the device and not through the software. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying, if that's the case and you worry about that, then you have to worry about the gain staging coming back on your mixer or through an outboard piece of gear, or, you know what I'm saying, in your DAW. That's totally on you, you know what I'm saying? But you basically have everything set up the way we have it set up. All right. Let me switch camera angles just a little bit here. See if my thingy will wake up. And he is stuck. So come back on me, my boy. There we go. All right, cool deal. All right, so from here, we got everything set up. You know what I'm saying? Now we want to save this patch, you feel me? So what we can do is save this patch. So what I did was right click on 50A. So you have to click on it's GP200. You know, that's the initial patch, right? Right click on it, and it's gonna ask you to save it. So we want to save that. All right, and it's gonna save. It's not gonna have the asterisk on there. All right, and then we can go in and rename it. All right, so it's real dumb because you have to save it with the asterisk, and then once you save it as it's GP200, then you have to rename it. I think they need to fix that on the firmware shit or whatnot. But we're gonna call this one what ChatGPT called this patch, and that's Neo Soul Clean Glide, for whatever reason. All right, and we're gonna copy that text, come back here on this, and we're going to paste that in. Cool. And we can't name it the whole situation, so we'll just call that Neo Soul. I'm gonna call it clean. I don't need the glide. We're just gonna call that clean. And it's shit, I'm fucking up. All right, god damn it. All right, here we go. And then we'll just, there we go. All right, cool. So that's, remember where you saving your patches at, this, so you don't make a mistake like I make sometimes. 50A Neo Soul Clean, rename save, bada bing, bada boom, is right there. And it should reflect on your on your hardware, or should I say the actual pedal itself as well. And then from here you can add your author name. So I'm gonna put Supa. It's me, Super Mario. And then we could choose the style. I got a style called hip hop blues. All right, we'll have that on there. And then this will be for like guitar leads. Damn, that coffee got my tongue sitting heavier. I'm gonna call that right here. Just give it a note or whatever the case may be. Now, what we could do is, I'm gonna save this once more. All right, I'm gonna hit save here on the actual. I'm saving it on the actual thing. All right, and now it should have the tag on there as well. All right, and I could just save it over there like that. There's a little save button at the top. Boom, just like that. All right, cool. And then we can move it up and down. Like if I want to throw it up above this one, I can move it up at the top, or I can move it all the way up at the bottom. God damn it, I ain't want to do that. Or you could take it and hold down left click and move it up your patch list. So I love the patch list and what the software actually does. It's really intuitive, and it's not, dumb at all. So that's our first guitar patch. Actually, my first guitar patch match, making it on the software. So I'm kind of excited. That's really easy, to be honest with you. I was just explaining all the steps, so I apologize if you don't like me talking. So I apologize for that. But boom, there it is. All right. Actually, it's right here. There we go. All right, cool. All right, cool. We're going to just say that for shits and giggles. That way we don't lose anything. Now we have our own custom patch, man. That is awesome, right? Yay. All right, cool deal. So just a little bit about this patch. ChatGPT said it's a glassy jazzcore style clean. Sits on top of the subtle overdrive for pick attack with luscious stereo width and tempo lock echoes. Perfect behind Rhodes or vocals and stuff like that. All right. Now let's do this. Let's do this really quick. I want to try to find like a drum loop in here, like an R&B type of drum loop, and I'm gonna see how this sounds like in a mix, so to speak, or whatnot. And let me see it. Bend over. Let me see it. Let me see. I'm trying to find something. Let's just go with this right here. Let me see if I can find a drum loop. No. Let me type in drum loop here. Okay, here we go. We got something. Let's see here. I don't want nothing whack that makes any sense. My hard drive is acting stupid. 102. Y'all give me 1 second. Okay. That may be a little bit too overbearing for this guitar patch. Yeah, let's make that adjustment. So let's go ahead and put this in the Ableton situation. All right, and we got 120. So remember, on this patch we have to make an adjustment on the delay. All right. Okay, here we go. I lost it right there, but you kind of get the excuse me, get the feel of, you know what I'm saying, what we just created. Pretty cool, right? We're gonna keep it right there because it's gonna get better. All right, so we got that right there. What we're gonna do now is create a base patch. All right. Now I did go in here and chat GPT. Shout out to you, my boy. You know, that's my friend and everything. But we did create I didn't create a lot of patches for this one. But I did want like some patches specifically for model base, because model base, what it does, it gives you a lot of different guitars that you really don't need. You feel me? So we're gonna choose an R&B guitar, but we're gonna take a break real quick, and I'm gonna run through some of these comments. So let me do my Thug Thizzle real quick. Let me play this music real quick and see what y'all talking about, because I've been seeing the thing. I had to kind of get through here. DL, what's good with you, my boy? What's going on, man? What's good with you, man? Let me see here. I missed a lot. What software do they offer? They have their own software. The Valeton software. It's just kind of like with most of these multi-effect units, they come with their own software editor, which basically is it just helps you edit the guitar modules in there and everything like that. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yesterday, man, I played around with the Native Instruments session guitars. I had the Vintage, I have the Sunburst, and I have the Mint. And I ain't never like I bought them. You know, Native Instruments have been kind of like doing these sales as of the last year and a half. I bought them and I never kind of got into them because Contact be taking a while to load up those type of the real Native Instruments libraries. They just take a while, man, because it's a big ass library and everything like that. But I played around with it and I was wild. It's a different type of guitar sound, you know what I'm saying? And with these virtual instruments, it's just the way they capture the actual samples to make the instrument do what it do. Native Instruments, Native Instruments, that particular guitar library sound mix ready. The one I'm playing on right now is raw sounds. UBI is really, really good about giving you the raw samples. No edit, just great conversion, and that's it. Stuff like that. And then Ample Sounds, their sound like it's captured a little differently, almost like vintage style. You feel what I'm saying? So you get the 3 different flavors. If you want the modern guitar sound, go Native Instruments. If you want something more vintage vibe, go Ample Sounds. If you want that straight up, that shit sound nasty until you actually apply some effects, go with UVI acoustic samples. That's who they are, acoustic samples and stuff like that. But yeah, man, yeah. My bad, I missed this one right here. Oh yeah, I was chopping it up. My bad. Let's see here. Yo. I have the Toro and Complete 15, a Cloud Novation. Man, it's like with a Arturia. I'm gonna chime in. Y'all probably already answered that question, but I'll say get the Arturia board so it can go well with the Arturia stuff, and same thing with the Complete stuff. It'll go well with the Complete, with the actual Native Instruments keyboard. Just like I got into a habit of just, you know what I'm saying, I just finally broke down and, you know what I'm saying, like I had the Akai MPK 249, but if you're using Ableton Live, it's just exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like it functions with everything with it or whatnot, and it just makes your workflow like 5 times faster and stuff like that. So I'll definitely stick with that, man. Appreciate it, man. DL for sure. Hey, I would, man, you know, I wish I could I wish I had the time to learn the real thing, bro, but I don't. The real, and look, I'm gonna say a disclaimer. There's nothing like the real guitar. I just don't have guitar. I don't have guitar friends. DJ Big Red, move to Houston, man. Come on, you play the. Come on, come on, come on. I got some work for you. Nah, man, but nah, I wish I did know someone that played the guitar like fluently and was always willing to be in the studio and just have fun. I feel like guitarists, man, they can play the hell out of a guitar, but then it's kind of like that's all they do. You know what I'm saying? They don't expand. Well, you got some of them that actually do studio work, but a lot of the majority of them, they don't kind of like dip and dab into the other things of, you know, engineering and beat making and all that other stuff. So, yeah, I wish I did have a guitarist friends, man, because we'll be moving and jewing and tweaking and knobbing and everything like that, man, for sure. Yeah, man. But yeah, the guitarist, man. There ain't no MIDI or guitar library that can make up for what a real guitar can do, and the all the subtle nuances and the it's just a different vibe for sure, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, you have your real guitar, and I'm gonna have my MIDI. I'm gonna have my MIDI stuff. No, I'm just joking with you, man. All right, let's see here. Uh, you know what? I was actually looking at the Ministry of Rock 1 and 2 VSTs, but I really didn't. It didn't give me any information that I was looking for as far as like what's all in it. I didn't know what was all in it. Besides, you know what I'm saying, having like some guitar stuff in there. I didn't know. What's all in it though, man? Tell me what's all in that, man, for sure. Oh, the fader controller. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, actually, you know, Novation actually came out with their fader controller, just recently too. Um, it looks pretty cool, but I don't have any more room on my desk, so it's gonna be a no go for me. I was looking at it too, I was like, ooh, that looks nice, but I don't have any room on my desk. So what I did was I upgraded. If I want a fader control, I upgraded to the 49 key. So what I do is most of this equipment. What I do is I buy a expensive piece of equipment. I'll play around with it, and then I go either sell it or trade it, and then take the money and flip it. So I'll be flipping the equipment at Guitar Center and on Reverb and stuff like that, man. So that's how I'll be getting my stuff or whatnot. I figured the heart out of flipping equipment. Always been doing that and stuff like that. But APC 20, man, and those controllers, bro, they look kind of funky. They look real difficult to kind of, you know, understand and to operate and everything like that, man. But um you know what I'm saying, I really couldn't get into the Akai stuff. It's like it's something missing from what the hell they doing, man. I really can't put my hand on it. For sure. uh you going to, man, you ain't gonna come to Houston? Come on, man. Nah, Nashville is where it's at, man, for sure, man. Nashville is where it's at, man. If you want to learn quality recording, quality mixing, LA is good. I think New York is okay. Nashville is where it's at. There's a couple of people I follow on YouTube. Cole, what his name? Copperin or Cole Kaepernick or whatever the case may be. He nice. I like him. And then there's another guy. He does this mix, not mix with the masters, but he go around and does these studio tours and stuff like that. And he lives in Nashville too. I can't really. Oh shoot, he got a long name, but he does these studio tours, and he also is pretty nice and stuff like that. And both of them out of Nashville, and they don't even know each other. But you have some very, very knowledgeable music heads in Nashville too, man. So you ain't gonna move to Houston, bro? I feel you, man. There ain't shit out here, to be honest with you. Yeah, man. Uh, demo for. They do sell demo units. If you're talking about the GP200, they do sell demo units. I'd say the best resource to get a demo piece of equipment is on Reverb. Reverb, like you got a lot of online retailers that can't sell the demos because they're online retailers. So they'll go to Reverb and sell their demos. That's another way you get hardware equipment for cheap, for sure, man. Let's see here. You know what? That last name, I think I've seen it on a patch. I've seen his last name before. And I've been looking at Composer's Cloud, and man, it has the vocal thing on there. I cannot find any videos of the vocal, like the soul vocal things of East West. But man, I don't. I want to get it, but I have to upgrade my hard drive because my built-in hard drive that I keep all my sounds on is a 2 terabyte SSD. Is maxed out. It's done. Like I got a little space for emergency purposes, but I'm gonna have to upgrade to a 4 terabyte. Lord have mercy. I don't need no more L sounds, and that's why when I talk to Red and DL, y'all be getting me in trouble because y'all be like, check this out. I said, man, look. But now I'm gonna have to upgrade my hard drive here at the end of the summer because I'm running out of space. These libraries, though, man, like to have a really, really good sound, you have to have a really, really good library for sure, man. But yeah, I do want to try the East West Composer Cloud just to see, you know, what the hype is and see how the sounds really are. Just maybe download like um one you know, instrument and see how it sounds or whatnot. But I'm gonna have to check him out, Red, for sure. Yes, sir. Oh, I can. Oh, there's a demo. Okay, all right. Thank you. Appreciate it. I definitely would check that out. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I got rid of the full version of Cubase. But I do have a full copy of the LE version. That came with the Novation products and everything. So I'm definitely gonna be checking out Cubase a little bit more. I just really couldn't get into Cubase or whatnot, man. I don't know for whatever reason. I don't know. So I'm back on Studio One and Mixbus, man. Okay. Yeah, some real good sales going on around it right now too. Okay, okay. I tried looking at the I was actually looking at the lo-fi instrument that they had, but their sounds, I don't know, I didn't get into it. And I was thinking impulse when I saw, I was like, ooh, they got the lo-fi instrument for $50 or whatnot. It was on sale, I think last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. And then I heard Arturia's lo-fi instrument, and that was over with. Arturia lo-fi instrument is nice, and it had a lot more patches and and the sound was better. So you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna have to check out that Ministry of Rock though, man. See what they got in there for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, man. All right, cool, man. So we're gonna get back into able to live design this bass patch, and I'm out of y'all hair. Um, whatnot. Uh, yeah. Cause if I don't know, maybe not. Just depends on how I'm feeling after this mono bass. I'm tired of talking, to be honest with you. I may just switch it up on y'all or whatnot. I don't know. It just depends on how I feel. All right, let's go ahead and get this model bass crap. I'm gonna load this one in here. All right. My model base is taking a little bit longer than normal. I'm gonna go ahead and stop that. Minimize that. Come on, model base. What's the dilly? I'm laughing at what DL said. Oh, you said $50 was a steal? Yeah, it seemed like it because everything I saw was like $200 instruments, man. I should have got it though, man, for real. I should have got it, man. I think so, man. Like this is a real good statement, bro. I think you get to a point where yes, all of that shit starts sounding the same. I start noticing like take for instance, the UVI libraries are basically a sample version of what Arturia does. Arturia is more BST sound design driven. You know what I'm saying? So there's actually it's almost like a soft synth that you can tweak the parameters and stuff like that. But UVI, they give you the same sounds, not the same patches, but that same sound that you're looking for, and you can tweak that on a basic level, and everything, but it's a better quality, but it sounds the same as the Arteria stuff, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Um, at the end of the day, I think it's your intent on what you're gonna use for it or whatnot. Um, just like model bass, it's okay bass sound, but then like you got Reason that has their own bass instrument in there, and it's just a different flavor. And I've gotten to a point right now. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll look for new instruments, but everybody's coming out with this new modern take on instruments where it doesn't. I don't know. It's like give you a prime example. Let me pause this real quick. This is where the future of VSTs is going. Let me pull this up real quick because it's a FM synth. And when I think of FM, I'm thinking Yamaha DX7, you know what I'm saying? But this particular synth is a FM sound engine. Where that bitch at? Okay. The Halogen FM that G-Force just came out with. And I'm thinking like, okay, shit, it's a FM synth. The GY is gonna give you classic, you know what I'm saying? And it really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It kind of gives you this type of vibe, you know what I'm saying, with the GUI. And it sounds pretty cool and stuff like that, you know? Pretty awesome sound, but it's just something about this minimalistic GUI that just turns me off because I can't get into it. That's just me though. But, you know what I'm saying, these are the type of instruments that are different and that's giving you different sounds. Like Serum 2. I never liked Serum 2 until I demoed it and I was like, damn, that motherfucker nice. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of their sounds that they have for us, like the presets and stuff like that, really don't jive with hip hop until my people over at DNA Sound Lab started creating some presets for them. So it sounds really, really good, but man, Serum 2 is a CPU hog. Oh my goodness. Like you load up a patch in there and then able to live, you're already hitting 25% on one instrument with nothing playing. You feel me? So but to answer your question though, man, they are, but with intent. If you're gonna invest into a VST instrument, let it be a intent and not really for the sounds. Cause I had got caught up in that buying sounds for, ooh, they came out with this. I'm gonna buy that because it sounds good. No, now I'm starting to really think like, what is your intent on what you're producing? Let's say for instance, you're a boom bap producer, you wouldn't have no use for the G-Force Halogen FM. You just wouldn't. You would need more. Rolling Cloud subscription will fit the bill for a boom bap producer because it gives you all that classic synth sounds that sound really, really good, and you have Rolling Xenology and stuff like that, which, oh my goodness, love Rolling Xenology. That's another topic. But it gives you everything that you need to give it that boom bap, old school hip hop type of sound and stuff like that. So the key word is buy with intent and not buy because you know it's on sale and stuff like that, because that'll kind of bite you in the ass. And unless you demo it and stuff like that, if you demoed it and you thought it fits your production, they definitely do that. But yeah, buy with intent for sure, because I'm feeling and reaping the benefits of that now. So whenever I do see something, I buy based on the demo, or you better have a very, very good sound demo of it and stuff like that. And sometimes those sound demos be very, very tricky too. So, you know, if they don't actually have a demo, that company may be on some shady shit. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. Stuff like that, man. Keep it 100 with you. There's a company called Soundware, and they made the Octane VST, and they is some motherfucking scammers because them hoe ass motherfuckers took $20 from me, and you can't download the sound packs at all. You just get the factory sound pack, and they'll tell you, "Oh yeah, you pay $20 and you get all our sounds," and then the shit don't download. They have a problem. Reach out to their contact support. Oh yeah, we're working on it. They ain't hit back since. They just stole $20 from me. So you got some people out there that call themselves sound designers and stuff like that, but they actually out here scamming. So that's the new thing with these VSTs and stuff like that. You got to watch some of these cats because there's an affordable way now where you can design your own plugin, and a lot of people just designing this bullshit ass plugin and then saying not offering the support if you have install problems or you have, saying common courtesy type questions and stuff like that. So be careful, saying go with a trusted name for sure. You didn't get a heat up 3? Hey, boy. Oh, heat up 3 is nice. Love it. Love it. I don't know. They came out with a new instrument though, man. So that kind of makes me, sad that they may be putting Heat Up 3 in the back burner and not supporting it anymore because they used to put out expansion packs like crazy. Then all of a sudden they stopped. So I don't know, man. Initial Audio is real, real good though. They've been around for a minute. Dune 3 is another nice VST. Yeah, very nice VST. Um, it has a unique sound to it. Their sound is very glassy and bright, but it sounds real good though. It's a very deep sound engine that they have. I fucks with it for sure, man. Yeah. Hey, man. For a BST, $600. Nah, my boy. Get the Rolling Cloud, and I'm gonna tell you why. You may be paying $25, but I guarantee you, if you decide to say, "Hey, I quit music," you can just stop it. $25, just cut it off. Versus being stuck with giving that company $600 on a VST instrument, and you just gave up equipment. I mean, I'm sorry. Look at it this way with VSTs. A lot of people say they don't like subscription model, but think of it this way: if you buy a VST instrument, you always got to have a computer. If you stop making music, you can't sell that VST instrument. You know what I'm saying? You can't sell the license. So it's almost like you giving them money versus a subscription, you're actually helping them keep going. That's how I kind of look at it a little bit, but that's just me though. But goddamn, $600 for a beer. Oh, Lord have mercy. Shit. Whew. Good God Almighty. Man, it worked. Man, I'm jealous. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm jealous. Um, the stock instrument for Doom, they do give you a handful of presets, but there's a lot of hip hop guys that created some presets that you could buy for dirt cheap for like $5, $10, $15, $20 at the most on the scene. Is it worth buying? I haven't seen a lot of people in our community produce, saying beats, saying with Doom 3. I think it was a trending VST during the 2000 teens. That's when I got on Doom 3, and then like at the turn of the 20s, like right before COVID, Doom 3, nobody really wasn't using that. So Doom 3 was real popular when Nexus was really, really popular and stuff like that. So now everybody's on like the Arturia kick and stuff like that. So Doom 3, I don't. You have to demo it. You know what I'm saying? Is it a worth buy? Depends on your production and stuff like that. But I haven't seen or heard anyone utilizing it, what I'm saying, on a frequent basis and stuff like that, or a consistent basis or whatnot. But yeah, Rolling, bro. They got some good shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I got the Rolling Cloud, man. I love it, man. high quality sounds, especially the SRX series of VSTs. They badass, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. That the SRX series and the Xenology, off off the chain, bro. Worth it. Worth it. Worth it, man, for sure. Don't get it wrong now. Now the Juno 6, that Jupiter 8, like if you know a little bit about sound designing and utilizing your oscillators with synthesizers, utilizing that oscillator, the LFO, and the filter section, if you understand those three sections of synthesis, you shouldn't have a problem with any synth. That's just my 2 cents on that. If you can understand oscillators, waveforms, the LFO section, and the filter section, and the ADSR, you should be fine with synthesis. And it's just really about what your brain can produce, man, for sure. Yeah, buddy. I've been trying to figure that out too. It's so the Galaxies is kind of like it's like a it's like a empty VST. It's like a VST host for rolling devices. You can load up, let's say, a Jupiter 8, a SH101, and a SRX sound module, and you can blend those three sounds together, and you utilize the Galaxies to create, turn down the volume and do some other things parameter wise and add effects to it, and you just get this one gigantic sound with those three instruments. That's what the Galaxies is. I got the Rolling Cloud. I tried using the Galaxies. It's dumb as fuck because you still got to edit the same device. So I don't even use it. And my CPU, I'm not on a Mac, so putting those three instruments together and trying to play something polyphonic, yeah, it ain't happening. It ain't happening at all, man. Yeah, man. For sure, man. All right, we got model base loaded up. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. All right, we got model base. First thing we're gonna do with model base, what I like to do is we're gonna go ahead and turn off and get Chrome up out of here because it's tripping right now. Save me some CPU resources, and we're gonna close out on the. Nope, we're gonna keep our webcam up. All right, let's pull up ChatGPT here, and what we're gonna be looking for is a pocket P thump. All right, and we need some type of guitar, and it's not telling me what kind of guitar I need. I think I went in here and I asked it about let me see here. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. So for hip hop and trap and boom bap type of music, we will need a specific type of guitar. We could choose the Studio 5-string, but this neo soul patch that we created with the guitar, we want to choose an R&B neo soul type of guitar. So that will be the 70s P bass. All right. So what we're going to use is the 70 P bass, which is this one right here. Then where we're going is we're going to go to the pickups. So that's the string. No, we're going to go to electronics. And let me put this in split view so I can see what the hell's going on here. All right, so we got on the pickups, we need a bridge side soap bar humbucker. All right, so bridge, and they don't do this here. Let's see, bridge side soap bar humbucker. No, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong shit. Split coil neck pickup only. So you can't really get specific on the bridge pickups and everything like that. So I'm just gonna choose. It says 70s P bass or the 60s P bass for earthier Motown vibe. So on the bridge pickup, I'm gonna choose the 60 P bass, turn it on. And then I'm gonna choose the 70s and see which one I like. And I ain't got the volume up, so let's turn the volume up. Let's turn off the neck. Go back to the 60s. Let's go back to the 70s. I like the 70s better. Okay. The pickup distance is gonna be 0. All right, and we don't have no neck, so we don't have a neck, and we need palm. All right, cool deal. Let's see here. Strings. Let's go to string section here. We have a all right, so we have a finger and 4-string. We need a palm. I like the high action. And then we need flat round, medium gauge. And I'm reading this over here on ChatGPT. It's just telling me what the pickup distance is, the type of strings, broken in strings. It's telling me broken in strings for that thump, and then playing style. We need a finger with palm engage. So finger with palm engage. Index. So with the finger, it's kind of like how you want to stroke it. You know what I'm saying? You want to do like alternate index. Your index will do 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 do. I like my middle finger, to be honest with you. I don't know. We'll do a normal touch. All right, and I think that's it, man. I think that's all we have to tweak. So that was recommendation from ChatGPT on how we can make our own patch here. All right. So I'm gonna take this patch here, go to the studio section, and we're gonna turn off the amp modeling. We don't want that. Turn off limit. We don't want that. Go to the pedal board here. Turn off the compressor. We don't want that. All right. It's gonna light up a little bit of red here. All right. I don't want none of that. So I just basically tweak the electronics, the string, and the play style. All right. And we chose this one. And all I have to do, if I like that, we're gonna save that as, and I'm gonna call that name R&B. I'm gonna call it Supa R&B Neo Soul. I'm gonna call it R&B Neo. All right. And this is gonna be my go-to patch for all my productions because I'm trying to simplify model base. I like model base and I like trying different things, but I got tired of fucking with that. So I'm just creating a patch. I asked ChatGPT, hey, create me these different patches for, my style of music. And what I asked it was, what are the best pickups in guitar to match the inside of model bass VST for hip hop, R&B, and jazz music. So that was that prompt that I gave it, and it spit out 3 different guitars that I could choose from for hip hop, which is a studio 5-string, R&B neo soul, 70s P bass, and then modern jazz and fusion, which is the jazz one. And those are besides the 5-string, I haven't tried the 5-string. So let's do the 5-string here. All right. And you can see where your patches are is at the bottom. I didn't put them at the folder and everything like that. I already designed a couple of patches here. But what we want to choose is a Studio 5-string. So let's go to the model. Studio 5-string would be, I like the J bass. That bitch nice too. You know what I'm saying? The fret bassman is nice too. I'm gonna have to get some specifics for those. Bassman is real good too. But Studio 5-string, I think it's this one right here, the green one. Yep, it is. This bad boy right here. Now I've seen this like gospel bass players use this one right here, and other session bass players use something like this. All right, cool. Let's go to the play style. Finger, index, and middle touch. What the hell? What the helly? Let's see. We got to pick one or the other. Index. I like the index better. All right, and then we got a medium velocity, normal touch. All right, and then a light compressor in the effects rack. I could do that. I could do that on the batch side, so I ain't worried about that. All right, let's go to strings. We got fresh. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see here. Fresh wound, but we got flat and round wound. So let's go with the round. And what kind of action we have here? We got some thick gauge here. Yeah, that look like a light gauge, 0.045. And that's all we need to change on there. Is it fretless? It didn't say. I don't know. Let me ask DJ Big Red. DJ Big Red, if you were to use a bass, would fretless or fret be a good fingerboard? Which one you would recommend? It doesn't say on here. I'll get back to that one. We're gonna choose 5 strings. There we go. All right, cool. We got a 5-string there. Let's see here. We're gonna go to the pickup here and bridge humbucker. We're gonna just keep it like that. Bridge, no neck. All right, so we don't have no neck hump. That's good. The playing style is more extra snap, so we need more pezzo. Either or, gotcha, my boy. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Let's go back to string. Let me see which one sounds good. That's fretted, and this is fretless. I like fretted. Yeah, give me that fretted. All right, cool. That's that one. We don't need anything else. We'll turn off the electronics. Studio. Yep, we're good on that one. We'll save this one as hip hop. Yeah, I just call it hip hop. All right. Boom. All right, there we go. That's our model. Let me make sure I didn't save over my other R&B one. Okay, cool. Bet. All right, and then the last one we're gonna design is the Jazz Fusion and Jazz Fusion, and that's the vintage one. All right, so let's go ahead and find that one here on the model. I love that modern J bass. I may have to make another J bass because I did the 70s P. But let me stick to what we supposed to be doing here. All right, cool. So the let's see here. Playing style, we got finger or pick. Nah. Yeah, I like that. I like the finger better. Let's see here. Palm muted engaged. I haven't found a palm mute just yet. Yeah, I haven't found a palm muted just yet. Okay, here it is. Palm mute engaged at 20%. Oh, okay. Okay then. Yeah. All right, strings, flat round. Boom, there it is. And I'm designing all of this. I'm looking at the wrong shit, by the way. Yeah. Let me go back to that. Bring that back down. String. It says bright round wounds, okay, and finger or pick, whichever one you want to use. Very light touch. All right, keep the dynamics wide. All right, string, we Gucci on that one. Now it's saying on the electronics, it says Jazz 64 vintage, modern J for preamp sheen. The pickups blend both Jazz single coils 50/50. So we're on the bridge, but the neck, I'm gonna do something a little bit on the neck. Blend both at 50/50. Okay, I see what it's saying. So bring this at 5 and bring this one at 5. Alrighty. Okay, I can hear that jazz sound. Man, this is cool, bro. ChatGPT is awesome. Like, this is crazy. You know, jazz be so progressive and stuff like that. All right, cool. So that's the pickups on that. Pickup distance. The heli? I don't see the pickup distance. Strings, bright round. So bright, flat, action. There we go. Light gauge. Broken in, new. Okay, so that's new. New strings. Okay, damn. Okay. All right, bet. So this should be our modern jazz patch right here. We're gonna call this Super Jazz. Awesome. Hit save there. I want to go back to the Neo Soul one because I didn't. It's something that I didn't catch on the Chat GPT. Oh, come on, bruh. Click it one more time. There we go. All right. Let me go back to this one right here. Need to go back and make an adjustment on the playing style here. about right there. There it is. Oh, you bitch. Don't start. All right. My computer's starting to trip now. I want to say something bad. Let me check this real quick. All right, cool. Yeah, let's save that right there. All right, bet. Overwrite. There we go. All right, cool. So we're gonna keep it on the R&B neo soul because that's what we're gonna be creating our first bass patch. All right, so we're right here. Let's pull up the Valeton GP200 editor once again, and it's telling us we need to go ahead and choose a empty patch here. All right, and we got an empty patch loaded up. All right, let me go ahead and get that graphic off of there. Let me hide the browser window, and let me move the UVI, this input over here on this VST. Let me mute that on the mixer. That way we don't have any feedback. All right, and same thing with this plugin. We're gonna move that plugin over here. Oops, we already on that one right here. And this one should fly by real easy. With bass patches, it's real simple. Ain't nothing really difficult on that. Or whatnot. Let's give it a test on the editor. Just make sure that on the editor we actually are seeing lights here. All right, so let me turn on and off pre. All right, so we are syncing. Good job. All right. So we're gonna start with the comp. So what ChatGPT is telling us, we need a compressor. All right. We need an opto comp once again. Saying 4-to-1, -2 on the threshold, and a mix of 8. All right. And let's see here. There we go. I don't know what a 4-to-1 ratio is on this situation here, but we're gonna use this one. I'm assuming it's straight up and down. And goddamn, let's see here. -20 on the threshold. All right. And then mix at 80. Okay, hold on one second. This shit ain't making sense. I'm sorry. Let me see what this keyed one is. Nah, we'll have to use this one. Because it's not giving me, it's just basically giving me 3 controls. So whatever comp that gives me 3 controls, we'll work that. This got 2, so we'll just use this one right here. All right, we just try that one. Shit, fuck it. Mix at 80. We're not gonna clip. We're just gonna keep the volume. Mix at 80%. Right there. All right, cool. The next thing we need to do on here, ChatGPT said we need a preamp flip top amp peg, flip top amp peg B15 preamp. The fuck? Shit. Let's see here. I know for sure this is overdrive, but I know what I'm trying to say is that in the pre section, you do have preamps in here, but let's go to the amp section. And then let's go down to the bass section here, and we're gonna choose the Ampeg B15. All right. All right, and let's go back here. It's saying gain at 35%, base at 3. Gain at 35%, base at 3. So a 3 o'clock position would be about right here. And treble at -3. So -3 right here. All right, let's turn that on. All right, cool deal. So we have the preamp on. We just have a low volume, and that's perfectly fine. Okay. We can throw a cab on here. All right. We can throw a cab on here just to give it a certain sound, but there's no Ampeg. I can't find an Ampeg. Oh, here we go. Here's an Ampeg 115. Here we go. Here we go. Let's try this one. Turn that up. Turn up device up over here. All right, turn that off. Okay, cool, cool. Now we could put the gate in between here. You see that fuzz? I like that. That's just to keep it clean. You feel me? And I'll just keep it on there, then keep the cab in there and turn that cab up. All right, now let me check it here in Ableton Live. All right, and then I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna save some time. You're looking at the software, but I'm gonna go into the I'm working on the actual pedal here. I like that cab sound. Call me crazy. Yeah, we got it all the way at 100. That's cool. It's calling for EQ. We got a high pass, low pass, and then we got a little boost here. So we're just gonna choose the bass EQ here, depending on the frequency. And it's calling for 120 hertz. So this one has a 150, and then this one has a 120. So we'll choose the bass EQ2, and it wants us to boost. Let me go to EQ section here. Let me turn that on. Okay, you want to be an asshole today. All right, there we go. Yeah, I guess once you start editing on the controller, on the software, it want to stay on the software. All right, 1 dB boost. Okay, at 120. Okay, here we go. Now we're syncing. 1 dB boost. That ain't shit, to be honest with you. And 40 hertz and 8,000 hertz. So high pass filter and about right here. All right. All right, and I turned the volume all the way up on this EQ here. And then the IR slot. Oh, they changed it up on you, boy. Okay, so we need a BP 102. Eminence. Okay, we using IRs now. Bitch, let's do it. Let's do it. So we're going to change that IR from the Ampeg, and we're going to choose an Eminence. Now, I don't have one like they have. The, what it is again? Let me look at it. It's an Eminence IR speaker Legend BP102 4x10 cab. All the ones I have is 4x12 cabs. So let me see if I can find a Legend one. I think I got one. Let me see. Eminence Legend. Here we go. It ain't the same model, but it's the same class of IR. Shit, yeah. Let's go and turn that volume all the way up. Oh, you can hear it too. Let me take the gate off. Sometimes I like that noise in there. Turn the cab off. Turn the cab on. All right, cool deal. Let's turn our compressor. Seeing this out, this is our only gain stage as well. We're gonna turn that compressor up. And then go to the Ampeg. We got that. Let's turn that volume up. I like that. All right, cool, cool. So we got all our gain stage turned up. We got a low noise floor, which is awesome. The only other thing we need to do is do a room reverb, and we out this piece. All right. Now we got the boss room. Let me see if there's some other room reverbs in here. It doesn't specify a room reverb. So let's find something else besides a boss. See this Catalina, which is some very expensive pedals, Catalina pedals. Shit. All right. We got the Hall of Fame. Okay. Room short, 8 mix. 8% on the mix. We're gonna use the Hall of Fame if I can't find another room reverb. Nope. Yeah, let's do the Hall of Fame. What it says, the 8% on the mix. I like the default settings. I increased that in pre-delay a little bit. Let me decrease that decay just a little bit. Let me go down to like 40. Bring it down to 25. Shit. I like that. All right, cool. I like that. That's a vibe right there. And that's it, man. Yeah, we Gucci. We can put that gate in there. I like that, man. Now, what we're gonna do is save this patch right here, and we're gonna call that. They call this the Pocket P Thump. Okay, Pocket P Thump. I see you, my boy. All right, Pocket P Thump. It's probably not gonna save all of that, so let me shorten this nomenclature up here. And we're gonna hit save. Bam! There it is. We're gonna call that Supa Mario. And we're gonna call that Hip Hop Blues as a tag. Alright. And we hit save again. Bam. Now we got our own customized patch on this Valeton GP200. Yeah, man. That sounds really, really good. Shout out to Chat GPT, man. You can do anything possible on this bitch. All right, cool. So I designed my first bass patch on the GP200. So let's see how that sounds with the actual drum track. Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to gain stage. So sorry. Let me gain stage. Oh yeah. Let me get some fat saturation. Damn, that shit sounds fucking good. Let's play that with that drum beat. Okay, let's record that. One more time. All right, cool. Gotta loop that right. Oh, no, it is. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and record that real quick. I'm feeling good right now. That coffee got me, coffee don't got me on them jiggers, but that's a Louisiana term. But it got me up. All right, let's go ahead and record that little lick real quick. Oh shit, I'm tripping. I didn't even sign the damn audio track. All right, here we go. Cool. So we recorded that. Now this is the way I kind of like utilize all my guitar beats. I record everything, commit the audio and everything like that, right? And you can see that it's off by latency or whatnot. So what I normally do is I'll take that first little bit right there and move that to 1. And that should make the adjustments there. Now I can fine tooth all of this shit in here, but if something's way off like this section here, I'll make the adjustments there. And this one is way off. But I normally adjust the 1, the 5, then break it down each bar or each bar on the downbeat. So the 1 and the 5, if it's a 4-bar loop, and then I come back and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? So far. So kind of like breaking it down in half steps. If you got an 8-bar loop, the 1 and the 5, and then break it down some more if need be. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I ain't lose anybody. All right, so we got that bass committed there. Wipe that MIDI out. It's already committed to audio. And then the crazy part about it is we can go ahead and mute that right there. And I'm just going to take these two processors, move it back over to the UVI VST. All right. Confirm that it's off. Cool. Turn off the model bass VST. And then we'll go to UVI right here. Turn that back on. Let's go to our patch that we created with the jazz, the Neo Soul patch. We load that bad boy up with a double click. Is that everything that we got? Let's double check. Yep, it is. All right, cool. Neo Soul clean. Let's play along with that bass patch. All right, let's do some volume adjustment here. speed that up real quick. Make an adjustment to the delay real quick. Let's see here. See how that delay is not is. We're gonna have to speed that delay up a little bit. There it is. All right, cool. Let's see what we got. Yeah, my computer started to act stupid. All right. Yeah, let's take that one. We could use. We could bring this shit. Bring this note. Yeah, but it don't sound good. So another thing I kind of want to point out with like recording these MIDI guitar parts is that what I normally do is go to the MIDI clip and to get the effects and to record those wet effects, turn off the loop, because what's going to happen and when it loops back around and you're recording that loop around, you're not getting those effects tailing off. Because when you start arranging your MIDI clips and start creating the sequence out or tracking out or however you want to call it, you're not going to have that wet effects once you're done with that MIDI clip or the audio clip when you commit it to audio. So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, the trail off. It'll make sense once I do it. So let's go ahead and record that little part right there. There it is. You get all of that part right there. So let's say, for instance, you was arranging this out and you needed to kind of cut and fade and let everything float naturally and stuff like that, because you don't have the actual MIDI VST that running everything real time on your processor and doing all that other stuff. So you know what I'm saying? It's like recording takes. This same process is kind of like how they do that shit with goddamn native instruments, and they building contact libraries. And they get real intricate with it because it be like one little small volume, like one little small touch of velocity, like a bing and stuff like that. And they got to record all of that tail. Now, just imagine doing that. It's 127 velocities on the MIDI parts and stuff like that. So imagine you having a beam, 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 and stuff like that. It's 127 takes per note. Jesus, you know what I'm saying? That's why they charge so much, whatnot. But it's the same process, the same concept. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure we get everything on that audio. So now we can go ahead and just turn off the UVI instrument, and really, if we want to scratch that MIDI clip, we can, and we're good to go. So we'll turn off the in console, scratch that MIDI clip. Now we committed both audios of those guitar parts, and it's gonna sound, natural. All right. Normally I forget to do this a lot, but when you record audio and you're beat making in Ableton Live, change your warp mode to complex from beats. Beats should be only for percussion and drum loops and stuff like that. But if you got anything melodic, whether it be polysynth synthesizers, arpeggiators, anything melodic or sub melodic, or you know what I'm saying, anything besides rhythm or percussive rhythmic type of audio, put it on complex, because what happens is when you speed up and make adjustments to the tempo, it will the algorithm or the warping engine of Ableton Live will make the playback smoothly when you change the tempo and stuff like that. I tend to forget about it a lot, but yeah, I'm kind of glad I thought about it. And also too, just double check your audio, make sure everything is on the 1 and the 2, and it is. Let's play all that back and see how that sounds. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. The bass did something stupid. Yeah, let's move that back right there. All right. Let's see if it makes that mistake again. Something's going. What the hell? Why it's got that big ass goddamn gap like that? That's strange as fuck. Let me fix that right there. That's weird. It may be something with the computer and streaming and all this other stuff. Cause I did this, like, I made 2 beats like this earlier today, and I ain't had none of these issues. Yeah, there's a fucking gap. I think I know why too. Let me do this right here. That's what it is. Yeah. So I made that adjustment right here, and it's causing a weird gap. All right, let's play that back. Yeah, there it is. Now you can get into something more fun, like let's have a little bit of fun. And let's see if the computer is gonna crap out on me and lose all my music that I created. Oh man, I'm just talking shit. Let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and just close Chrome, because I know Chrome is eating my goddamn processor up. Close ChatGPT too. Just as, like I said, if you do use ChatGPT, no matter what model it is, tell ChatGPT what you want it to do. You know what I'm saying? I think that people got a lot of misconceptions about ChatGPT. Oh, it only does everything for you. No, it don't. No, it don't. You got to tell it what the fuck to do. Otherwise, it's just gonna sit there and look at your ass the same way and stuff like that. No, tell it, hey, look, I use this VST and I want a patch that sounds like, uh, the future song. I'm on that good cushion alcohol, and it will find that fucking patch for you for that particular VST, or it's gonna try to do its best to recreate it or make something along that. You tell it what to do, and it will do it for you. It will get close there, and if it doesn't, and if it can't do it, it will let you know. It will even go the extra mile and give you resources and also um, resources and reference websites on where it's pulling the information. So that's a really, really good help, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Utilize ChatGPT to your advantage, man, and stuff like that. I mean, shit, is there? And utilize it. You know what I'm saying? Make your workflow a little bit happier, and stuff like that. We're gonna go ahead and close that out and see if I can save a little bit on there. And I just kind of want to put some chords on top of this, and I'll build on this later on, or whatnot, man. But while I'm looking for everything, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in and stuff like that. Kind of, vibe out and everything, um, and stuff like that. Let me try to find my little chord situation here. Um, this new added feature that they did in 12.2. I've been kind of digging it. Yeah, the expressive chords situation here. Let's go with we probably won't be able to do it because I don't know what chord structure. I just did all that shit in. So let's just kind of play our own chords. So we're gonna go and just see what we can find here. What the hell? Trying to find something that has some. Okay, I got you. I got you. Go to digital sensations here. Let's go to keys. Load this up here real quick. Yeah, my computer acting like a ass wipe. Let's redo that. So that's the chord right there. Um, trying to think here. Um, Let's see here. Yeah. Trying to think how I want to do this. The only thing I hate about Ableton Live, they don't give you fucking shit be fucking stupid. Let's play this right here. We have to dub that. Cool. And then from here we can just kind of like bounce that track in place or whatnot, and then we can have a little bit more fun. Like kind of add like some rhythm in there. Or whatnot, and do some shit like that. See what we can find here. All right, we use the Reason Rack plugin here, and I'm just gonna like thumb out some rhythmic situations here if I can find anything. See what this. Let me see what the drum kits has to offer. Something basic. Basic. Yeah, it ain't gonna give me what I'm looking for. So I'm definitely gonna have to kind of like just choose this shit right here. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Lord have mercy, I gotta find another computer to stream on. This bullshit. Just added a little time fill in there. Let's see if it took. Yeah, down here. And my computer is starting to crackle and pop a little bit. All right, it's starting to crackle and pop, and I'm having some driver issues too. I don't understand what's going on with this crackling and popping and shit like that, but you get the drift and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. All right, cool, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, and whatnot. So that's creating patches with the Valeton GP200 guitar processor. If you have it, real good situation or whatnot, man. Real good guitar processor. Sounds really, really great. Better than the new MG30. I like the MG30 though, because it has its own sound to it. So, like I said, man, that was some geek shit that I just showed y'all and stuff like that. That shit I like to do, as far as like, just implementing that MIDI guitar and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. If you ain't heard, I'm gonna go ahead and switch screens and stuff like that, man. If you're checking it out, what's going on, Rick? I ain't even see you up and down. What the deal is, man? Yes, what's going on? Oh, if you ain't heard, bro, you know what I'm saying? Brew Beats is out. Go ahead and get that. Scan the QR code. Check out the music, and stuff like that. Instrumental project that I released at the end of, I think, June or something like that, or beginning of June. I don't know, sometime in June. But it came out. Scan that, man, and you know what I'm saying, grew to it. Give me 30 seconds of your time on each of those tracks, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind you skipping it. Just give me 30 seconds of your time, man. We're gonna be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all checking that out and stuff like that. And more projects to come as well and stuff like that. Hope everyone had a great 4th of July. And yeah. Hopefully you guys stay creative out there and stuff like that. And yeah, stay creative. Ain't nothing else I can say or do on that end right there, man. So yes, sir. As my just looking at Ableton Live, it's like 40%, and we ain't even doing that. And I'm I'm streaming and stuff like that. It's like, damn, bro, I gotta find something like to better help my streaming shit out, man, because my computer it just can't handle shit no more, man. It's like it does okay by itself when I'm not streaming, but this is my bread and butter. So yeah, man, yeah, I got my computer picked out. It's it's kind of like, I don't know, I ain't spent the money yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I'm trying to wait it out, man. I'm a big ROI investor, but yeah, just what it is, man. So I think if I do live streaming, I can't really share the screen and stuff like that. I have to kind of basically use the iPhone camera back there in order to show everything and, you know, do the nonchalant screen sharing. That helps out a ton, or whatnot. So that will be that situation. So stuff like this is very rare. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't, yeah, I don't know. I'm just fed up with this computer and the performance. It's going down. It's getting degraded. It's just that, you know, when they update these DAWs, man, they're causing and wanting more CPU powered in order for them to work. So it is what it is. It comes with the territory, especially when you're into this music stuff and whatnot. Just like you got to buy car parts and you work on cars, and parts get expensive as time goes on and stuff like that. So same thing here with your computer and stuff like that. So yeah, but hey, we designed some guitar patches and we'll be doing that. Well, I'll be doing that in my own time, and really cool situation, man. And you know what I'm saying, I have fun doing that, man. So like I said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out y'all hair. This is really cool. And if you learned anything, man, let me know in the comments on, you know, how you utilize MIDI guitar parts, even real guitar parts, and stuff like that. And let's swap ideas in the comments. Everybody that was on, appreciate you, man. DJ Big Red as always, Record TV joining in, DL, you know what I'm saying, always coming through. And yes sir. Oh shoot, he about to talk bad about me. Let me see here. No, I think I'm done with plugins, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. You notice I ain't really did like plugin reviews and stuff like that. It's a couple of them that kind of came out, but man, I'm starting to notice like a lot of these plugins, they're not even trying to design them where it uses one instance or, you know, zero instance or anything like that. They're designing that shit a little bit more powerful. So a lot of this music tech is requiring you to have the latest and the greatest computer systems and stuff like that. And like I said, my laptop, man, I bought that laptop back in goddamn 2020. Damn, I had that bitch about 4 years, 21. Yeah, the laptop I'm working on right now. So I need more computing power for sure. So, you know what I'm saying, I think tonight is just a proven situation where I just need to go ahead and do what I got to do. Prime Day is on next week, so I'm gonna see what I can find, man, or whatnot. But yeah, man, I ain't really been shopping for plugins. Like the Avalon EQ came out from Kazarog, and I ain't even look. I wanted to buy, but I was like, I'm good. I didn't even have an urge and stuff like that. I just been really just updating what I have already and stuff. So yeah. That's why I got subscriptions. I don't even buy plugins no more and stuff like that. To be honest with you, man, I like to reach for shit I have in here versus like getting a plugin. And really the only plugins I've really been using consistently is UAD, Mic DSP, and Plugin Alliance. Everything else is kind of like a hit or miss, you know what I'm saying? And the plugins that I bought in the past too, you know what I'm saying, I really don't even touch them. So when I do get this new computer, it's going to be a lot less, you know what I'm saying, load of, you know what I'm saying, equipment that I'm going to be using and stuff like that. So yeah, bro. Fuck them plugins. Yeah. She know too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And look, when I had that cardboard box sitting at the edge of the door, oh, she already knows she started hunting. She don't know what she looking for. She started hunting. Or whatnot, man. But nah, man. Nah, it's a good investment, man, for sure, man. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man, and stuff like that. I'm gonna let everybody else enjoy y'all Saturday night and stuff like that. And I'll catch y'all later and stuff like that, man. Y'all be easy Do your goddamn thug thizzle. And I'll catch y'all on the later, man. DJ Big Red, man. Appreciate you always tuning in, man, for sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated, boss. Man, we out of here, bro. Yes, sir. Go create you a patch or something. For sure. And this damn crackling noise. Sad